Please be seated. Good evening. I am Joe Villani, proud principal of Bethel Park High School, and it gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to the 116th commencement ceremonies paying tribute to the Bethel Park class of 2025. Thank you all for joining us this evening as we celebrate the work and accomplishments of these students over the past 4 years. Recognizing that no accomplishment can be achieved without the support of others, I would like to thank the families of our students for all they have done to assist our students in arriving at this time and moment with a round of applause. I would also like to extend my gratitude to all those who worked so hard behind the scenes to make today happen. That includes our maintenance, custodian, facilities department, school police and security, counselors, high school secretaries, especially Chrissy Mason, Jess Schreck, and Tracy Saletti, our band director, Chad Thompson, choral director, Todd Kazawa, our sound team, including Jeff Schilling, Dylan McKenna, Ian Conley, Matt Simkovic, and Dean Pantergis, our high school video team, including Brad Shastewski, and our high school student media students, our senior class co-sponsors, Randy Dermis and Julie Hernandez, high school assistant principals, Jim Fodsey and Nicole Hipkins, our district administration, and our school board of directors. I would also like to thank and recognize our distinguished guests in attendance, Bethel Park Mayor Jack Allen, Bethel Park resident, former Marine Sergeant Greg Skavinsky. Also, thank you to Mr. Chris Thompson of Campus Life and high school teacher John Derby for Wednesday evening's baccalaureate services, and all the individuals, including our teachers, staff, who have contributed to making today and all 4 years of these high school students' lives such a memorable event. With those students in the top 21, please make your way to the stage at this time. At this time, please stand, gentlemen, remove your hats, and join in singing our national anthem, followed by the Bethel Park alma mater, led by Bethel Park High School Top 21.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and
Thank you. Please be seated. It gives me great pleasure to introduce our salutatorian, Josh Tierney, who will be attending the University of Michigan in the fall.
Good evening, teachers and faculty, friends and family, and of course, the class of 2025. I'm honored to speak on this day of such great significance and to celebrate the extraordinary achievements of my fellow graduates as we look toward the next chapter of our lives. But before looking to the future, I would like to thank all of the people who have helped get us here today. To our teachers and faculty, without your care, patience, and guidance each day, none of us would be here. Each one of you made the deliberate choice to educate and mentor future generations when you chose your careers, a decision that is evident in every lesson thoughtfully crafted, every smile in the hallway, and every word of encouragement when you know we can do better. Even though we can be difficult at times, I hope you realize how greatly you've impacted our lives, and I truly mean that. Thank you for believing in us. To our friends and family, you have supported us through our toughest moments, acting as a shoulder to cry on or someone to listen to our worries or our dreams. You have celebrated our accomplishments as if they were larger than life, and you have shown us how to be selfless and love unconditionally. From watching us leave for our first days of kindergarten to our names being called tonight, you have been by our side. You have been constant in a world full of chaos and critical to every one of our accomplishments. Your names deserve as much of a place on these diplomas as our own. To the class of 2025, the past 4 years have been anything but easy. From starting high school in masks to a seemingly endless stream of homework and testing, it's been challenging. But in the midst of these challenges and being awkward teenagers, we have made memories we'll never forget. We have learned from each other in the classroom, in the hallways, or on the stage or the field. Our peers have pushed us to be the best version of ourselves, to be a better student, a better friend, or a better teammate. We have met people who will be there for us for the rest of our lives. We have all shaped each other over the last 12 years into the graduates who sit here today. So I want to thank you, class of 2025, for shaping me into the person I am. And I hope that when you look at the classmates who sit all around you, you feel the same sense of gratitude. When writing this speech, this is the point where I found myself staring at a blinking cursor in Google Docs. Supposedly, this is where I should offer you some advice or say something profound and inspirational. But the truth is, I'm just as nervous and clueless as any other 17 or 18-year-old, if not more so, especially because I'm on this stage right now. I had a whole different draft of this speech written about not getting in your own way and not letting the fear of failure prevent you from doing the things you're passionate about. And that's all valid, good advice, but you can find that in any motivational video on YouTube or any grindset podcast claiming to offer the 10 steps to being successful before trying to sell you a self-improvement course at the end. So, after thinking more about what I really wanted to say this evening, and scrapping the version of the speech that made me feel inauthentic, here's what I landed on. People change people. That's a phrase I heard one day while watching some show on the Disney Channel as a kid, and for whatever reason, it has echoed in my head for over a decade. It's simple, maybe it's cliche, but it's the most undeniably true and poignant phrase I've ever heard. No matter what you go on to do after graduation, do it with kindness, do it with humility, change people for the better. Society needs a lot more of that. And society needs you, whether you believe me or not. You can shape the world with your voice and your actions more than any zeros on a check ever could. So many people today focus on how we're different and why that's bad for some reason. For one, we are different. I won't deny that. Everyone is different. But there are literally millions of reasons, down to the most basic cellular level, why we are more alike than we are different. So recognize that everyone is human. Ask yourself what it means to be good and choose to be good every day. Because it is a choice, sometimes a difficult one, but that means everyone has the opportunity to be a good person, to be someone who makes a difference. So live your life with intention, treat everyone with respect and kindness, show grace when you'd rather yell, be honest, be curious, take chances, try and fail and try again. Realize that you are never too far into something to change course, but most importantly, love everyone and show them, don't just tell them. Show your mom who dropped you off on your first day of kindergarten. Show your older sibling who helped you with your homework. Show your best friend who you met in elementary school. I know this is cheesy, but look around. Look to your family in the bleachers. Look to your classmates all around you. Look to your teachers and your counselors. And at the risk of sounding like a hippie, look at the sky and the trees and this weather. There is roughly a 1 in 400 trillion chance of you being born, yet here we all are. The fact that each one of us is here today, that we are certainly missing some of our loved ones, is nothing short of extraordinary. You get one shot at this bizarre, confusing, scary, and exciting thing called life. So take it, make the most of it, and be yourself. Don't waste time. You've already beaten the odds, so don't let anything prevent you from pursuing what you're passionate about. Thank you, Bethel Park, and congratulations to the class of 2025.
Thank you, Josh. Class of 2025, it has been an honor to serve as your principal during what has truly been an extraordinary 4 years at Bethel Park High School. This graduating class holds a special place in my heart. You have experienced so much during your time here and have helped elevate our school through your achievements in your academics, athletics, and activities. For this and so much more, please accept my sincere gratitude, congratulations, and appreciation. As I reflect on your time here, I also find myself reflecting on my own, as this marks my final year as principal at Bethel Park High School. I cannot imagine a more meaningful group of students to share this chapter with. Thank you for the memories. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your journey. And thank you for making my time as principal one of the most meaningful and proudest experiences of my life. You are truly a special class, not just because of your accolades and recognitions, but because of how you've shown up for one another, put in the work, both seen and unseen, lifted others up, and stayed true to your values. I have witnessed your kindness, I have seen your determination, and I have seen the traits, characters, and work ethic that will take you far in life. The class of 2025 has already made its mark and will continue to make meaningful contributions to this community, this region, and the world. No matter where your journey takes you, please know that your impact will not be forgotten. You have left behind a legacy of character, effort, and excellence, a model for those to follow. Be proud of your accomplishments. Appreciate the people that have walked this path with you, and most of all, move forward with confidence, knowing you are well prepared to continue your greatness wherever life leads you. Your future starts today, and the possibilities are limitless. Even when uncertainty arises or the road becomes difficult, believe in the education, tools, and experiences you have gained at Bethel Park High School, and don't hesitate to lean on them. There are many times when you're asked to conform or when you begin to doubt yourself. When this happens, trust in your abilities. Let your inner light shine, keep learning, keep improving, and keep building on the person you are becoming. Lean on those who have supported you and seek out people that share your values and have your best interest at heart. Forming genuine relationships and finding the right mentors will be key to lasting success and reaching new heights in any field you pursue. Know in your heart that you are special, talented, and unique, and that the world holds endless opportunities for you. Never be discouraged, and keep striving for the greatness we all know you are capable of achieving. And most importantly, remember and cherish the relationships and experiences you have built, because in the end, those are the memories that last. On behalf of the high school administration, faculty, and staff, we wish you nothing but the best as you graduate and take your next steps in life. While your time as students here may be ending, always remember, you are Blackhawks forever. Congratulations and good luck, class of 2025. At this time, I would like to introduce our Superintendent of Bethel Park School District, Dr. James Walsh.
Thank you, Mr. Villani. Good evening. I extend a warm welcome to all of our Board of School Directors, faculty, administration, and honored guests, and in particular, special greetings to the class of 2025. Graduates, I offer you my most sincere congratulations on your high school graduation. I have been fortunate to witness some of incredible achievements from you over your years in Bethel. This impressive list includes WIPIO and PAA playoff runs, beautiful school musicals, impressive awards ceremonies, and earning loads of college credits already. It's an extraordinary list and just some of your many accomplishments as a Blackhawk. So, to all the athletes, scholars, musicians, actors, competitors among the class of 2025, I honor you. I truly marvel at your achievements. Whether it was on the playing field, classroom, shop, or stage, you accepted the challenges and performed quite well and most honorably. Win or lose, your competitive spirit and commitment was the key to earning our pride. You made your mark on Bethel Park, and it will be long remembered. I realize that parts of your educational journey have been challenging, but clearly you have navigated every twist and turn to bring you to this night. Whatever academic, physical, or mental challenge we could throw at you, you accepted and conquered. The class of 2025 will be long remembered for your resiliency and grit against the forces of adversity. That you sit here tonight is definitive proof that there is no elevator to success. We must take the stairs. However difficult your journey was, it is now time to celebrate because you have reached a significant and impressive milestone. Thank you, class of 2025, for your service to the school and community. Your charity, your service, you made Bethel Park a little bit better, and we thank you. Please keep that spirit of selfless giving wherever you go. You made a difference to us, as it will for others that you meet on the road ahead. Do you remember when you were a kid and someone would ask you, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" I wonder, tonight, how many times has your answer changed over the past 12 years? More curiously, I wonder what inspired your answers. But the question tonight is, who do you want to be? Because in the end, success in this life isn't measured by job titles or paychecks. It's defined by the kind of person you become. Success is not formed from a job title. It's created a little bit, day by day. We grow through life's experiences if we meet life honestly and courageously. That's how character is built. Integrity, compassion, resilience, kindness will steer you through the journey ahead. Sitting around you tonight are some of your closest and best friends. Friends are like gold, always shining through for you and you for them. Together, you and your friends are a powerful force for good. Together, you have solved many problems, overcome many obstacles, and made each other feel more powerful. No doubt, together you had your share of mistakes too. But continue to remind each other mistakes are a fact of life. It's how you respond to them that counts. So, as you now travel onward from Bethel Park to other places in this world, be it a college, a job, or the military, always keep with you the connections to your friends. Use that powerful force for good. Together you can change the world. To the parents, grandparents, and siblings in the audience, I congratulate you too, for today marks a huge milestone in your family's efforts to grow responsible, articulate, and productive adults. Thank you for letting Bethel Park partner with you on this journey. Graduates, I end by wishing you all the best for the future. Continue to make us proud. You leave our mark on our history, and we thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Walsh. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the class of 2025 valedictorian, Devin Collier, who will be attending the University of Pittsburgh in the fall.
Thank you, Mrs. Hipkins. So it's definitely been a long 12 years. 12 years ago, we all shuffled into our kindergarten classes with one another. A lot of learning was done that year. We were told to sit crisscross applesauce and to have sunshine hands. We were taught how to add, read, and count. We met the letter people. Shout out Mr. M. And we were gently reminded to not eat bugs in the mud. Some things we weren't so good at. My older brother only figured out how to skip in 7th grade. But with everything that we learned, our teachers made certain that we remembered the sacred golden rule. It's something that was emphasized so much, but was quickly forgotten once we moved on into more challenging classes, more complex relationships, and other circumstances. But today, as we prepare to go on to our different paths, I would like to connect us through kindness. As I look out on this class, I see future doctors, lawyers, engineers, teachers, and maybe even a few high school principals. The world certainly needs more of our professions, but above all, it needs more kindness. When we were sent out of school 5 years ago, it was our teachers who had the patience to stay enthusiastic about teaching, despite staring at 25 Google icons on Zoom. Our family and friends were there for us to vent or to go on a walk. Without the kindness of the people around us, none of us would be here today. For this, we're all very grateful. Thank you, Mom, Dad, Adam, Luke, Avery, and the rest of my family. Thanks to my dog, Rhea. Thank you to all other families for raising such great classmates. Shout out to Vicky Flota for when we used to have snow days. Of course, thank you to all the teachers and staff, including the always vigilant attendance office. Thanks to Mr. Villani, Mrs. Hipkins, and Mr. Fodsey for leading the school to its famous blue ribbon status. Thank you to Dr. Walsh and the school board. Thank you to the graduation band and Mr. Thompson, who by the end of tonight are probably going to be on their 7th run-through of Pomp and Circumstance. And of course, thanks to the whole class and to my friends who have made the last 4 years awesome. So after this ceremony is done, we're gonna go off to school or to work, and it's gonna be hard. We're gonna be weighed down with stress and with problems, and it's going to be easy to forget to show kindness. But please, always try your best to be nice to others and especially to yourself. I feel obligated to end with an inspiring quote, so this one is brought to you by Curious George. You never do know what's around the bend, a big adventure or a brand new friend. Thank you.
Thank you, Devin. Now leading the introduction of our military speaker and presentation is Lila Walsh, Student Government President, who will be attending the University of Florida this fall.
Bethel Park has a long and proud tradition of military service. We recognize these students with red, white, and blue military cords prior to the distribution of diplomas. In addition to these cords, Bethel Park High School presents each graduate entering the armed forces with an exclusive challenge coin. These two-sided coins honor both service and school pride. One side features the American flag surrounded by the seals of all military branches and reads, "Congratulations on your commitment to service." The reverse side displays Bethel Park High School with an image of a Black Hawk, along with the following message: "Raised in the nest, grown into a majestic bird. Now, stand up and be proud, and spread your wings. Soar fearlessly through the world, forever a hawk." To acknowledge and celebrate this commitment to serve our country, we would like to welcome Bethel Park resident and grandparent, former Marine Sergeant Greg Skavinsky, who will say a few words and lead the recognition of our graduates entering military service.
Good evening. Just to put things in perspective, I'm a second-year baby boomer born in 1947. My parents were part of the greatest generation. If you asked me who gave my 1965 high school commencement speech and what he said, I wouldn't know. Now, this doesn't mean that it wasn't informative or interesting. It just means that it didn't leave a lasting impression. My hope tonight is to give you some advice that you do remember even years from now. Let's see if I am successful. My first speech choice was to read a letter to my mother from her oldest brother, John, dated April 1945 at the end of the Second World War. John was a machine gun squad leader assigned to the 60th Infantry Regiment of the 9th Infantry Division. He earned a Purple Heart, a Bronze Star, and a Battlefield Commission. This letter details his service from Normandy through France, Belgium, and Germany. But I decided against this because the letter is so lengthy. Nevertheless, it is a fascinating story of an ordinary guy who did extraordinary things. To those of you who will be joining the enlisted ranks, I salute you. Here is my advice to you. Many of you here probably don't know this, but America's military has this habit of giving someone of a relatively young age an enormous amount of responsibility. Whether you are a Huey gunship mechanic, a cook on a nuclear submarine, or assigned to a Marine Corps rifle company, you will learn things that aren't in any high school or college textbook. You will also do things you never thought you could do. You will meet, make, and keep friends from across the country. You will travel to places you didn't know existed. You will work with people you like and some you do not. Some of you will enjoy your time in the service, and some of you will not. Some of you will go in harm's way. Finally, and don't panic when you hear this, but all of you will have to make your bed every day. But most importantly, you will be standing on the shoulders of those who went before you. From Bunker Hill and Fort McHenry, from Antietam and Gettysburg, from San Juan Hill and Bella Wood, from Anzio and Omaha Beach, from the Chosin Reservoir, from Way City and Quezon, from Kuwait, from Baghdad and Fallujah, from Kabul and Kandahar. This is a tremendous responsibility not to be taken lightly. I know you will not disappoint. I also salute the 4 of you who have earned a Military Academy nomination. This is truly a remarkable accomplishment for one high school and a testament to your academic and physical abilities. It is also a testament to your parents, teachers, and coaches, and our Bethel Park community. Here is my advice to you. Your acceptance to West Point and Annapolis is a journey half finished. The real test comes when you are commissioned and you have to put in practice all that you have learned. Leadership is a privilege. It is easy when you lead by example, a trait that is sorely lacking in our country today. Therefore, as officers, never ask your people to do something you yourself would not do. I have served under good and bad officers. I much preferred the former. Whatever command you find yourself in, remember this: your junior and senior non-commissioned officers run the military. Do not make the mistake of thinking you know more than they do. You do not. If you do not learn from them, you will be doing yourself a great disservice. Now, to the three of you who are going to the Naval Academy, it is my hope that at least one of you will commission as a Marine Corps officer. If, for no other reason than Marine uniforms are the best looking of all the services. Thank you and Semper Fi.
Good job.
Would those students entering the armed forces please make their way forward at this time? As these students embark on their military careers, we would like to take a moment to honor their commitment to our country. Each student will be recognized with the presentation of the red, white, and blue military cord, as well as their first challenge coin. After individual photos are taken, we kindly ask all military comments to remain at the front for a group photo at the conclusion of the presentation. At this time, I would like to invite Assistant Superintendent and retired Army Captain, Dr. Mike Korzinski, to please join me in assisting with today's recognition and presentation to these outstanding students who are committing to serve in the armed forces. We will begin with the Army National Guard. Our first graduate will serve in the United States Army and attend Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Please join me in recognizing Elizabeth Mackey. Congratulations, Elizabeth. Continuing with our recognition, we would now like to acknowledge a student who is enlisting in the United States Air Force. Please join me in congratulating Clark Sekas. Congratulations, Clark. We are honored to have 4 students continuing their education at one of our nation's esteemed military academies. Our first graduate will serve in the United States Army and attend the United States Miller Academy at West Point. Please join me in recognizing Aaron Hofbauer. Congratulations, Aaron. Representing the Navy, Bethel Park High School proudly has 3 graduates who will be attending the United States Naval Academy. The first graduate is Rocco Capozzoli. Congratulations, Rocco. The second graduate is Brady McKiernan. Congratulations, Brady. The third graduate is Clancy Ori. Congratulations, Clancy. We're going to take a group photo in just a moment, but before we do, I have one final request. Many of you in the audience have been role models for these young people. You've lived lives of integrity, dedication, and courage. Some of you have even worn the uniform in service to our country. So, if I may, I'd like to ask, would all those who have served in any branch of the United States Armed Forces please stand and be recognized at this time? Thank you to all of you for your service, and a special thank you to the members of this year's graduating class who are stepping forward to serve in our armed forces. We are proud of you, and we are grateful for your commitment to something greater than yourselves.
Down for a picture.
Yeah.
Thank you, and I ask one more round of applause for former Marine Sergeant Greg Skavinsky. Yes, sir. And now the time we've all been waiting for. In a few moments, the Bethel Park High School faculty members will start calling students' names to receive their diplomas from members of our school board of directors. At this time, I'd like to introduce our school board of director president, Mr. Jim Modrak, and ask him to please come forward to the lectern.
Not too much.
Mr. Modrak, I present to you the Bethel Park School District High School class of 2025. They have fulfilled their requirements as presented in the policies of Bethel Park School District and is approved by the Department of Education of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. I respectfully request that you approve the presentation of their diplomas and bestow upon them the status of 2025 graduates of Bethel Park School District.
Thank you, Mr. Verlani. Now, by the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and joined by the Board of Education, I hereby confer the diploma certifying the status of these graduates. I proudly present to the Bethel Park community the Bethel Park High School class of 2025.
And now I would like to ask the faculty to begin the distribution of diplomas. We ask for and appreciate your respectful demeanor and thoughtful demeanor throughout the program, and ask to be mindful of your applause in order for the audience to hear all the graduates' names being called. Just give us 1 second, Mike. Get the boxes out of here.
With the first two rows of the class of 2025, please rise and come forward. Abdullah Abdulquader.
James Harry Lowen, Jr.
Ashmita Achara.
Isabella Grace Liebarger.
Mohammed Alham Ahmadi.
Aaron Mock.
Ethan Alberter.
Frederick Toshihiko Mash.
Pedro Amaro Damera.
Elizabeth Michelle Mackey.
Lakshmi Odette Andraka.
Ian Majernik.
Tyler Anthony.
Cody D. Majetic.
Blake Anobili.
Natalie Rose Mariudo.
Margaret M. Babyak.
Isabella Markwood.
Gabriella Bolkovec.
Kamaya Martin.
Madeline Baines.
Nathan Joseph Martin.
Eric Anthony Barrera.
Molly Matthias.
Caleb Bartello.
Kayla Grace Matvey.
Landon Bateman.
Caleb James Mazzarini.
Luke Beatty.
Brady Quinn McKiernan.
Madison Bendick.
Audie Madar.
Randall Anthony Burgee.
Kira Mahalko.
Isabella Biancanello.
Angel Manuel Mejia.
Emma Jean Bianco.
Jacob Meyer.
Brian Bitkowski.
Denzel E. Myers.
Freya Blatz.
Would the next two rows please stand and proceed forward at this time?
With the next two rows, please rise and come forward.
Avery Madison Miller.
Trenton Bloom.
Chayla Jolie Miller.
Cameron Bonacki.
Heidi Miller.
Sophia Adele Bronner.
Maxim Joseph Miller.
Madison Faith Brinson.
Seth Miller.
Loomis Brophy.
Ella Milliken.
John Lawrence Bruckner II.
Jeremy Scott Misek.
Isabella Butera.
Madison Olivia Moffett.
Leighton Ray Cameron.
Hannah Christine Molly.
Audrey Campbell.
Eli Moore.
Owen Campbell.
Javon A. Moore.
Rocco Capozzoli.
Callie A. Moorhead.
Maria Vincenza Quintana.
Megan E. Morian.
Callahan Kavlovic.
Meredith Grace Myers.
Clark Sekas.
Paul Thomas Nichols.
Alyssa Alina Saletti.
David Omondi Nyerera.
Evan Chichwak.
Faith Apio Nyerere.
Isabella Sipley.
Frank Joseph O'Mara.
Trayton Michael Clark.
Finn O'Neill.
Devin Collier.
Abby Oskowski.
Aubrey Comfort.
Alexander Odenthal.
Catherine Marie Connell.
Clancy Patrick Ori.
Mackenzie Conway.
Would the next two rows please stand and proceed forward at this time?
We're switching for right now. You get to sit. Would the next two rows please stand?
Sadie Rose Ori.
Sophia Costanzo.
Shauna Palmer.
Zoe Lauren Cotter.
Jaden Price Palambine.
Henry Kramer.
Noah Paola.
Zach Crisson.
Francesca Panessa.
Madeline Cummings.
Mitch Paschal.
George Danchik.
Dylan Paul.
Christian Davis.
David M. Perez.
Luca DiMartino.
Ashley Nicole Perrick.
Joseph Federico Di Pasquale.
Alela Michelle Perkins.
Nina Angelina Di Pasquale.
Cameron Nicole Perucci.
Martin Devine.
Ryan Petrus.
Nathan Ambrose Desori.
Liam Petroselli.
Brett Dobiak.
Tanner Jacob Pfeiffer.
Kaylee Dobiak.
Ava Joy Piccolo.
Charlize Donaldson.
Juliana Katerina Pecora.
Carly Dowell.
Julia Grace Pearson.
Cooper John I.
Jordan Christopher Pierce.
Ronald Disgowski.
Caitlin Marie Podsiadley.
Ethan Eckley.
Trenton John Powell.
Ezekiel Eckley.
Violet Pushkar.
Callahan Ebner. Would the next two rows please stand and proceed forward?
Would the next two rows please stand and proceed forward at this time? Braden Egerton.
Tatiana Doniela Ragnelli.
Lalo Edegasheva.
Kelsey Faith Rendulik.
Gianni Esposito.
Quinlan David Reynolds.
Reed Farmery.
Nicole Louise Rhodes.
Abigail Rose Farrell.
Matthew Ricciuti.
Sydney Falicetti.
Isabella Madianne Rice.
Grace Ferenci.
Nico Angela Rich. Angelo.
Lexi Grace Filippelli.
Blaze Valentine Roberto.
Sydney Franzman.
Cody Roberts.
Jackson Friday.
Angelia Robinson.
Wesley Pierce Fucaro.
Marco Rohde.
Capri Marie Fulcomer.
Jet Rudar.
Cameron Gaborick.
Madison Rudolph.
Juliana Morgan Gallick.
Kirill Rosuyev. I tried.
Julia Marie Galucci.
Ella Sabonovic.
Joshua R. Gasparo.
Ella Lane Sabatis.
Megan Elizabeth Gaskill.
Morgan J. Schmoody.
Jacob George.
Bria Ashley Schofstall.
Megan Giroux.
Jayla Marie Schofstall.
Matthew Gerber.
Dylan Schumacher.
Michael Gibson.
Cassidy Rose Schwartz.
I'm good.
I'll get him up. Would the next two rows please stand and proceed forward at this time?
Will the next two rows please stand and proceed forward at this time?
Zachary Schweitzer.
Julia Goby.
Max Salati.
Hunter Gels.
Violet Elizabeth Shaw.
Abigail Goldenberg.
Tristan Shea.
Lydia Goodman.
James Sipe.
Colton Mitchell Gregg.
Aiden Skelton.
Nathan Griffin.
Trey Slavonic.
Kiera Neve Griffiths.
Thaddeus Lloyd Smith.
Lindsay Gruska.
Olivia Lynn Sahida.
Ella Denise Gunesh.
Matthew Sommer.
Addison Marie Gerganis.
Ethan David Stanhoff.
Braden Xavier Hackle.
Marco Eric Stark.
Jack Harry.
Caleb Steele.
Mia Renee Hartman.
Richard A. Stein.
Samuel Alexander Hartman.
Marcus John Sterling.
Rodan Hassan.
Kimora Kimberly Stewart.
Lucy Hekla.
Aiden Stout.
River Hendrick Bondra.
William Stover.
Colin Kenneth Hughes.
Taylor Nicole Striegel.
Ethan D. Higgins.
Eleni Maria Shore.
Hannah Hines.
Aiden Sullivan.
Aaron Francis Hoffbauer.
Would the next two rows please stand and proceed forward at this time?
Will the next two rows please stand up and proceed forward at this time?
Cassidy Aaron Sullivan.
Nicholas R. Hosbaugh.
Michael Taylor.
Jesse Huber.
Selena Thapa.
Madeline Hughes.
Yalin Thapa.
Emma Rose Impellisseri.
Ava Vera Thomas.
Sarah Louise Impellisseri.
Coltrane Thomas.
Sophia Marie Iorio.
Adia Thompson.
Talia Jackson.
Alexandra Thunborg.
Emma Charlotte James.
Josh Tierney.
Lily A. Janis.
Graham Timblin.
Allison Mary Jones.
Isabel Rose Townsend.
Mackenzie Ann Joyce.
Linus Paul Truver.
Felix Kammerer.
Tacey Trippis.
Kaylin Kasovich.
Haley Elizabeth Usselman.
Kylie Kasovich.
Jade Riley Velez.
Caden Kellington.
Ethan Varley.
Anna Christine Kelly.
Brian E. Walker.
Arabella Kennedy.
Cameron Wallace.
Olivia Kitchen.
Lila Walsh.
Vincent Peter Klingensmith.
Ryan Walsh.
Victoria Marie Crapweiss.
Sarah Walters.
Nicholas Krustiv.
Caitlin Warzeski. Logan Wise.
Would the final rows please stand and proceed forward at this time?
Would the final rows please stand and proceed forward at this time?
Emma Claire Kirchmar.
Kristen Weiss.
Zachary Christopher Kukerick.
Molly Ray Welch.
Mallory Megan Kuntz.
Owen White.
Joseph Kwok.
Jacob Whitling.
Adam Nicholas Lackey.
Jeremy Whitling.
Amelia Corinne Lancet.
Michael Darnell Williams, Jr.
Ava Joelle Lehman.
Caitlin Wolf.
Robert Michael Lisak.
Allison Wolling.
Noah Robert Lejeune.
Braden Wright.
Max James Lemessurier.
Haley R. Wenschel.
Joseph David Levis.
Allie Yassine.
Savannah Jean Lewis.
Matthew Yee.
Olivia Jean Leidy.
Ava Elizabeth Yoder.
Shuki Lin.
Katie Yonish.
Riley Lloyd.
Raylan Marie Zaborowski.
Hannah Joy Logan.
Jing Yuen Zhang.
Oh, you must have the last one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, there was a prize for having the last one.
And can the final rows please have a seat? And now presenting the senior farewell, senior class president, Ella Milliken, who will be attending the University of Pittsburgh in the fall.
Good evening, graduates, staff, family, and friends. Of course, I would like to begin by congratulating my fellow graduates. Take a look at the people around you. The gowns on our backs, the caps on our heads, and the cords draped over our shoulders. These are not just a symbol of our academic accomplishments, but a sign of the obstacles we have overcome and the milestones we've reached. Think about everything you've had to do to get here. All of the homework, hours studying, and tests taken. Certainly, though, we did not make it here alone. Today would have been impossible without such a strong support system behind us. So I want to thank our teachers, family, and friends for being so supportive over the past 13 years. At Bethel Park, we have been blessed to be surrounded by great people. For that, I am thankful. 4 years ago, as a freshman, I yearned for the day when I would be graduating high school, finally getting my diploma, and getting out of here. Next thing I know, that day is here and the end of high school is just minutes away. As the clock continues to tick, I want this chapter to end less and less. Tonight, we turn the last pages along with our tassels as we move on to the next edition of our story. So today we say goodbye to Bethel Park. Goodbye to the same route you walk to class every day, the people you say hi to in the halls, the teachers' classes you stop in, the sports, the clubs, and everything else. Now, we say hello to life after high school. Hello to dorm life, roommates, and college courses. For some of us, we are greeting the workforce or the military. No matter what path you have chosen to take, we will always be connected as Blackhawks. This bond will carry us forward, reminding us of the friendships, lessons, and memories that shaped us here. So, let's go out and make our mark on the world, knowing we carry a piece of this family with us, always. This family comes with many memories, and I wanted to share my personal favorite. I was talking to some friends the other day about what I should say in my speech, and asked everyone what their favorite memory from high school was. My one friend mentioned the Mount Lebanon football game sophomore year. I immediately agreed. It was one of the best nights of high school, so exciting, and something I'll never forget. As I close, I would like to leave you all with a piece of advice. Just something I learned throughout high school. No one cares. No one cares what clothes you're wearing, how your hair looks, or what you do. Everyone is too worried about themselves to pay any attention to you. Think about the last time you had a conversation with a friend. Do you remember what they were wearing? No. What I am sure you do remember, though, is what they said to you and how they treated you in that moment. So be kind. Your words matter. Congratulations and good luck to the class of 2025.
Thank you, Ella. Following the conclusion of the ceremony, I would like to invite the families to come down to the field or in front of the high school for photos of this year's graduates. Now, as the final procedure of today's ceremony, I would like to invite Student Government President Lila Walsh back to the lectern. She will offer a few final words and then lead the class of 2025 in the tradition of turning the tassel.
Before we complete the ceremony with the turning of the tassel, I'd like to share one final piece of advice, something I recently rediscovered and felt was worth passing on. Last week, I stumbled upon a letter addressed to myself. It was one I had written back in 7th grade, something I imagine many of you remember doing. These letters were written with the intention of being mailed to us during our senior year. But like so many things that year, those plans were interrupted. Perhaps you eventually turned your letter in and received it in the past couple days, or maybe like me, you forgot your letter. My letter sat forgotten in a drawer in my closet until I found it just a few days ago. Throughout the letter, I proudly declared my interests and goals, exclaiming that Glee was my favorite TV show of all time and that I would go to Harvard to study meteorology. The more I read, the more I realized how much I've changed over the years, an experience I know many of you can relate to. Yet I didn't see these changed hobbies or unfinished goals as failure. Instead, I saw them as part of the process, as stepping stones allowing me to constantly learn and grow into the person that I am today. So I want to leave you all with that same reminder today. Change is okay. Friend groups change, career goals change, even the dreams we've held on to, our whole lives can change, and that's okay. Just because something doesn't turn out the way you imagined it doesn't mean that the journey wasn't worthwhile. Sometimes the most unexpected paths lead us exactly where we need to go. As we step into this next chapter, I hope we all learn to embrace the change, not with fear, but with curiosity and courage. Let's see every change as a chance to grow into the people we're meant to become. At this time, would the class of 2025 please stand? The tradition of moving the tassel on graduation caps from the right side to the left side during the commencement ceremony signifies the recognition of earning a degree. If you ever forget which side your tassel goes on, remember that you wear it on the left side, over your heart to remind you of your alma mater. As a symbol of graduation, please turn your tassels from the right side of your cap to the left. Congratulations, we did it. Toss your caps.
Thank you, Lila, and thank you, class of 2025. Thank you all for attending, and have a wonderful evening. Thank you, guys.
Hotter than Hades.
Hey, Art.